Welcome back. A North Phoenix family saw their home burn to the ground. It happened a couple years ago, back in November of 2021.
So 26 months later now, and they are still working to rebuild, and now they've hit yet another snag. On Your Side's Gary Harper's here with their latest challenge.
Yeah, you guys will probably remember this viewer from last year when he had a huge problem with the city of Phoenix regarding a permit issue. Well, On Your Side was able to help him out and resolve that issue, but this viewer, he can't catch a break. He still can't move back into his home because the city of Phoenix is now saying there's another problem.
To say that Sean McElroy is exasperated is an understatement.
You have no idea. Just to keep my spirits up, I have to come over here and find things to do.
To understand Sean's frustration, you have to go back to last year when On Your Side first met Sean. He and his family were trying to rebuild their burned-down home, but they had complications getting permits from the city of Phoenix. The holdup had to do with a wall that was unpermitted and installed by the previous owner. With On Your Side's involvement, the complicated issue was resolved, and as you can now see, Sean's home is almost move-in ready. The pool table is in, and the kitchen is good to go. Only some minor electrical and plumbing details are all that's left.
Other than that, the house is ready to live in, and now we're stuck with the sewer issue.
Oh yes, the sewer issue. So what's that problem? Well, the house was originally built with a septic system. However, because the city of Phoenix installed a sewer line nearby, city officials are now telling Sean he will have to forget using septic and connect to their sewer line. As a result, Sean had to pay for private engineers to develop a hookup plan.
The pipe is going to cut right across this way.
According to Sean, the engineers say his new sewer pipe would have to go through a preserve and then right through a wash before connecting to the city system.
The drawings that I have show it would be just above the floor of the wash. So it would probably come out at about this height right here.
It sounds a little weird. A sewage pipe running above ground over an active wash and then pumping back up to reach the city's line?
So any breakage of any kind, and there's a hazmat situation.
And get this, it will cost Sean as much as $120,000 out of pocket for the project. So On Your Side got involved again, and we asked the city's water department to review Sean's case one more time. They agreed and have offered to meet face-to-face with Sean and his contractor. They're also optimistic there's a much better way to fix the problem.
If somebody had come out here and seen all of this, we could have had it all done in one day.
Remember, the civil engineers wanted to have the pipe running through the preserve and wash in order to connect to the sewer line. But city officials believe that Sean should be able to run the pipe down his street and connect to the main sewer line that way. A route that would be safer, they say, and far less expensive. For now, Sean says he remains frustrated and just wants the project done.
At least I feel like I'm doing my part to try and move towards getting into the house.
All right, just so you understand, city officials maintain that any new home that is built within 250 feet of their sewer line has to connect to their brand new shiny system. Yeah. But this is not a new home. This guy has been there for 23 years. His house burns down. He's trying to move back in. He keeps running into these bizarre obstacles put out by the city. All of his neighbors are still on septic, and they're going to remain on septic.
My gosh.
But this poor guy, they're like, no, you're a new home, so you have to connect to the sewer system. And it's going to cost him a lot of money. Now, his civil engineers say around 120 grand. The city says there has to be a better plan, and they're supposedly going to come up with one and meet with our viewer. But can you imagine?
Well, that's what I was thinking the whole time. This isn't an undeveloped piece of property. He's been there for a couple decades.
It's not like he went out there and saw this beautiful acreage of land and said, hey, I'm going to build a house here. No, he's lived there for 23 years. House burns down. The man just wants to go on with his life and rebuild his house and move in. I mean, this is causing a lot of problems, health problems. I mean, it's a bad deal for him and his family.
You would hope that maybe perhaps planning and zoning would make some sort of exemption because of the trauma that the family's been through.
This is the water department we're dealing with. So It's a terrible situation. I feel so bad for this guy. We're going to see if we can help him out. I'll let you know what happens in the follow-up report.
We
Hoping
hope.
for a positive
Yeah.
follow-up.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the end is in sight. The inside of the house is looking beautiful.
looks
So
great.
eventually,
Beautiful.
it'll be great.
Oh.
but
Yeah, just
one
there's-
more huge hurdle to
yeah,
to
there's
jump over.
nowhere to use the washroom. So
dang
there you
it.
go.